Great. Good morning, everybody. GlobalWIIN. It's such a pleasure to be here this morning to speak to you, especially as this is a UK initiative. As a British ambassador, it's a huge privilege to be able to speak to you. Now, you're here in Iceland, which is a country absolutely full of innovation. Icelanders have discovered how to turn carbon to stone in 2 years. They've worked out how to use, fish skin to treat wounds that won't heal. They are doing incredible innovation in aquaculture. And there's a thriving gaming industry full of creativity and innovation. Now, in my job as ambassador, I'm very lucky to get to travel a lot around this incredible country. And what I've been really struck by is that in even the tiniest of places, there are innovation centres here in Iceland. They're popping up all over the place. I was up in the Westfjords in a tiny little place called Þingeyri, and there's a place called Blaubankin where people are coming together, completely different areas they're working on, working side by side in these centres, bouncing ideas off each other and coming up with brand new solutions to problems. And it's happening all over the country. Now, the UK really shares this passion for innovation with Iceland. We've got a brand new government department called DSIT, the Department for Science, Innovation and Technology. And that just reflects how important innovation is for the UK. The UK government is really trying to drive more and more people into innovation and look at ways that we can support that. Here at the Embassy in Iceland, we've been really focusing on trying to bring together innovators from the UK and Iceland, because the UK is really aware that you come up with better ideas when you bring different people together from different backgrounds. And that works internationally. And this room is a fabulous example. I have no doubt that today, in some of the discussions you'll have in the breaks, you will be coming up with new areas that you might want to collaborate on in the future, new ideas that you might want to pursue after this event. And one of the things we've done really recently here, just a couple of months ago, is that we brought 2 young female innovators from the UK over to Iceland because we wanted to introduce them to Icelandic young innovators and see what might spark, what might come of that. The 2 innovators we brought over had just won the Innovate UK 2023 prize. One of them, it's a great idea, she was using seaweed to produce leather. It was amazing sort of material. She brought all sorts of examples for us to see. And the other one, she had produced a prosthetic arm that could grow with a child. So this great innovation that really could change the lives of so many people. And she was currently in the process of working out how to 3D print that so it could be rolled out all over the world. Now, women have always been at the forefront of innovation. But they just haven't been recognised for much of what they've done. I really feel that is starting to change, but we still have such a long way to go. I'm heartened by looking at the faces looking back to me at the room here that we are starting to change. And I really want to sort of mirror what both Eliza and Karen said earlier around the importance of role models, and you are all role models. And for me personally, I've got 3 role models of mine sitting here in the front row looking at me, Sigga, Berglind, Hannah Birna. You are all 3 role models for me. You've paved the way for people like me to try and follow, and you've made it easier for us, so thank you. Now, I personally am absolutely passionate about education. I really think education is critically important if we're going to change the sort of gender balance here in innovation. What I think the UK government is really trying to start to do is focus on younger people, focus on people at a much earlier age. Because, research shows that children as young as 6 think girls aren't as clever as boys. They think girls aren't as good at maths or science. And if we don't challenge those perceptions at a really early age, then children aren't going to grow up with the confidence they need to be able to come up with new solutions, come up with creative ideas that are going to change how we do things. So, there's just one message from me today. It is use your position as role models, but use it to really drive that change from really, really young age. Speak to young children, find ways to really build that confidence so that as they grow up, as they become innovators of the future, they have the confidence, they have the belief in themselves that they can do this. they can really make those changes that we need them to make in the future. So I'm going to end there, but thank you so much for letting me be part of this today. I wish you all the very best for the rest of this wonderful event. Thank you.